What's up? So, this is episode number 1. This is gonna be bad. It's gonna be a shaky selfie camera. At least the lighting's all right. I got a picture window in front of me. So it's a big moment. It's a big moment right now. Just join me on this journey. If you do, I want to say right out of the gate that as much as I love to do this, I love to share ideas. This is for you. I'm going to share my story and the things that I've learned to help you guys. Nothing brings me greater joy than sharing really good ideas and sharing what I've learned. I feel like I was put on this planet to share ideas. And so if you stick around, my mission, if you stick around, is to give you an idea that'll make your life better, that'll make it worth your time to watch this video or to listen to it in the background. And so I'll tell you what's going on with me, and you can join me on this journey. Because I want to have a successful YouTube channel. It'd be nice to have location independent income, and it would be amazing to have an audience again that I'm sharing ideas that are meaningful to me. That's my favorite thing. My favorite thing in the world. Nothing I like more. I had a conversation with my mentor, a pretty upsetting one, I suppose. So my story is that I've tried a lot of things. I'm 27. I've tried a lot of things in my 20s trying to build a life for myself, and I've had a lot of setbacks. I've failed a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. I have gotten ill. I've almost died. And these aren't excuses. What I'm saying is I'm on this journey. I'm on this journey to make a life for myself. And I've suffered quite a bit, as much as someone who's like never been homeless or whatever. It's mostly as it is for, any like middle class or whatever person, any American in 2021. It's all spiritual suffering, because there's no real physical suffering unless you're like really starving, which doesn't happen to anyone, and everyone, if you do, you can get like food stamps or whatever. So that's pretty rare. So I've been suffering psychologically, beating myself up, telling that following that narrative, you're never good enough, why are you 27 and you haven't landed where you want to yet. Just coming up with anything I can to be hard on myself, because I keep high standards for myself. If you're someone who explores ideas and challenges your own beliefs, you probably do the same thing. You can probably relate. And that's who this channel is for. This is my best way to contribute in a way that I enjoy. This is something that I want to do every day. And so to backtrack, I decided to do this because my mentor, he kind of kicked me in the ass, and he said, dude, why are you hanging out with girls? Why are you, why aren't you doing everything that you possibly can to make it work? Because I have a great opportunity in front of me that I'm tackling. I'm starting a really promising, with a lot of, there's going to be a lot of capital and infrastructure up front, marketing company from the ground with my mentor. We're kind of working on it together. So I have this great opportunity, but I still have all this free time. And I was deciding to spend some of it with a female. Well, that's fine, I guess. But why are you doing that when you're fucking broke? Why? And I'm like, I just don't know what to do, and I want to focus on this full time. And he said, dude, these are just all excuses. It's all bitch energy, man. And he's right. He's right. And so I just asked him, I was like, dude, I just don't even know what to do. And he said the same thing about that. It's bitch energy. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. And it's tough. So this is the question that gets asked then. If you are in a position where you have something that you want to devote to full time, but it's not bearing the fruits that you want yet, how do you start investing your time wisely in something meaningful? I could just go get a fucking night job or something, but that's very expensive. That doesn't invest in building something. That's just trading time for money. That's just the wool off your back. You can only grow so much of that at a time. That doesn't build something that's going to be, a money printer in the future. So what can I do in my position, being someone who's a so far not gotten very far entrepreneur at age 27? What can I do to invest my time wisely? And this is the decision I made. It's exciting to me because I have this whole new opportunity in front of me. It's something that if I'm consistent with this and I build this up and I do it every fucking day, this will be successful. It just takes a lot of consistency and a lot of smart planning. And I can do it. I know I can do it. And so if you're listening and you've gotten this far, I appreciate you. You're going to be one of my first listeners. I'm going to be doing this every day for the foreseeable future. When you start something new, it's exciting, it's thrilling, it's easy to do because it's new. You only see the potential ahead because you haven't faced any hurdles or roadblocks, or you haven't been grinding for weeks or months with no major return. It's exciting when you start. And the thing that's going to get something like this to take off is consistency. So what I've done is, there's a lot you can do for habits. There's a lot. I'm fucking digging at my ears on a camera. This is going to be a bad first video, and that's all right. So one of the things that you can do, one of the things that with your own personal development that are vitally important is habit building. Because what really makes a difference is habits that compound over time. So just a quick view. I got my whiteboard here. It says just be cool and be firm, because I can be too nice in any kind of business setting. And I just made this is just a little goal sheet. It's 4 weeks. I decided, because it's Tuesday, to mark the first one, the date before I started. And then I had a little square at the bottom. I want to do this every fucking. I'm gonna erase it and start over if I miss a single day of this. And I'm probably gonna have under 100 views for the next year. But if you have that consistency and you really dig in, you're persistent and you're smart about it, so you're not persistently wasting your fucking time, then you can make it. I believe that this can take off. Because, I'll tell you one thing. I have had a successful internet presence before, multiple times, all on Twitter, and the most successful I ever had, I had a podcast with 1,200 listeners. That's fucking awesome. That's pretty good. It's easy to say that ain't shit, because you see people with hundreds of thousands and millions of followers and subscribers all the time. But 100 people, when you think about it, 100 people, like imagine 100 people in your house and they're all just sitting down listening to you. That's pretty good. But, you know, obviously on a fiscal standpoint, you make 2 cents off of that view, you know. But I should probably sit down, huh? So if you join me on this journey, it's my commitment to my audience. I'm here to serve. I'm here to give. That comes first. Then second is I have fun doing it. And third, make some money. Fourth, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if you have that service mindset, then you will get back what you give. And so I have the right philosophies because I've been practicing on life, my philosophical foundations on what makes whatever I start successful. And so I've learned these lessons, and I feel very confident that I know, and not naively confident, but I feel confident I know the basic principles and what it takes to make something successful. So if you give first, you're consistent, have a smart strategy, which that third one's like obvious, but it's to avoid, like, don't just think being consistent and giving is going to get you somewhere. If you have those 3 basic principles, you're set. A lot of people give up just before they're going to make it, or long before they're going to make it, because they can't handle the grind. I'm sure if you've been around the internet long enough, I'm sure that you've seen the picture of the 2 guys that are digging for diamonds going this way. The guy on the top, he's like hustling, he's like halfway there, he's fucking sweating. And the guy on the bottom is walking away, and he's got his head down, and he's like inches away from the big fucking stack of diamonds. And I don't want to be that fucking guy. You know, it's easy for me to do this because I love sharing ideas. I love the spoken word and improvisation. Like I said, I did podcasting. I had a guy on my podcast, the biggest guest I ever had. I had Andrew Tate on the podcast. That was my biggest guest. Dude's fucking rich, kickboxing world champion. It was a pretty sweet time. So I know how to do this. I understand, you know, selling something and persuading and presentation and stuff. I know to just start. That's why I'm just doing a selfie cam with no preparation. First iteration, it's an infinite difference between 0 and 1. The first iteration is gonna suck no matter what. If I stress over all these details and I just spend a bunch of effort trying to make everything perfect, but no one's gonna watch it anyways. So I'll improve as I go. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. So I'm just gonna start. So if you guys join me, you join me on this journey, you're one of the early listeners, you'll get to see a whole transformation, and that's exciting. That's exciting. If it happens to line up that what I'm talking about, which is just a journey which is just learning general philosophy, how to be a better man, how to be better in business, how to be happier and healthier. Because I have a large array of interests that I think are pretty universal. Fitness, nutrition, dating, entrepreneurial business, and just business in general, sales, psychology, spirituality. It's all just general stuff. It's just male wellness and happiness. And then I'm going to tack on my story. I'm a high openness person, so I'm going to share some of the more intimate details about my life. And if you join me on this journey, you'll get to see a developing story over time, and I will bring you my most cherished, important ideas that make my life matter. I won't speak them if they're not important to me and they affect my life some way. And one of the things too is I've made the mistake of sharing ideas too quickly. There's a saying, Carl Jung, beware wisdom you did not earn, because you don't know how to handle it. And you're not aware of the downsides. If you get it artificially, you're not aware of the downsides. If you're just copying someone else's idea, you don't understand it fully. And so I'm very, very careful about what I share, because I've made the mistake of sharing bad ideas that actually affected people's life negatively. I had a following. I had people that contacted me for help in their life, and I spoke with them. I had people contact me and say that they would pay me for my counsel. And so I did that for a while. I opened up shop. I opened up a wellness consultation shop. Had a dozen clients at the most, and I closed it because I can't scale it. But I was making money sitting around giving people advice. Like I got in an accident. This is funny. This is one of the funnier things. I got hit by a car, and I had just like added a bunch of new clients, and I was like, man, I made $1,000 over the weekend with 2 broken fucking hands. Like, it's awesome, you know. So I'm going to just start. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to be consistent, and it's fun. 15 minutes a day, that's nothing. I hope you guys get something out of it.